All right, so here we are with the patch notes for JP. Pretty much, we were supposed to get a new character plus an LR today. So let's see what the new LR or character going to be. It looks to be a green CAMILA, which is very crazy. Green CAMILA and the meta is going to be really interesting. But let's get to the LR, and the LR is Blue King, the first coin shop, first coin shop character to get an LR. This is actually insane. So let's see what this man does. Again, I know a lot of players are more excited for the LR than the new CAMILA. So let's see what he does in terms of his translation. So he increases the base stats of specified allies by 20. And when you are in battle, grants a 40% reduction in critical resistance to all enemies for 1 turn. Start an ally's turn. And if all allies in battle are specific allies, your skills rank up once at the start of battle. Also, if there's an enemy under the stone effect or petrification, the damage dealt by that specific ally will increase by 50%, and the damage received will be decreased by 40%. And the specific allies are fairies and giants, so no sins. So it's fairies and giants. Really interesting it is in sins. So they really are making this king more exclusive to different types of categories / races, which is interesting. So it looked like they just boosted the multiplier on his petrification on a 1-star. So it does like 220%, and then it also gives penetration as well. So it gives penetration, and then also have petrify on silver, right? Yeah. So the petrification is, and it prevents the target from acting, and the effect can be removed by attack. Yeah. So he has penetration or piercing, and he also has the petrification on his cards. That's cool. And he removes debuff effects from all allies and increase HP related abilities by 10% for 2 turns. And okay, so yeah, he's basically just increasing your HP related abilities depending on whatever skill rank you use. So on silver it's 15% and it heals you. And then on gold is 50%, he heals you, and then you get 20% HP related abilities increase, which technically usually doesn't matter the most, especially if people spam infect characters or they just nuking you, but still good. And then all allies for 2 turns. This is ultimate. I'm assuming all allies for 2 turns increase attack power by 30% and deals 630% attack power and crushing damage. So nullifies endurance. So ignores what's that? Ignore resistance. Yeah, ignores resistance, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing because he does have a fate ultimate. So really interesting that this king will be increasing fairies and giants. No sins, so you can't use him with Meliodas and Escanor. He's gonna be exclusive sins and fairies. Oop, the wrong thing. Which means doesn't give him too much life in terms of PvP though. Right, we got a new CAMILA. I remember we had like we have like leak skill animation for a new CAMILA. But let's see what CAMILA does as well. So increases base stats of certain allies by 15%, and it grants protection, increase max HP, and gives you critical resistance, critical defense by 25% for 1 turn. And certain allies with 4 or less special move gauge start a turn. Wait, does this sound like, is this NANASHI's passive? Or no, it's a little bit different, but it sounds like NANASHI. And the specific allies are the 7 plays or the catastrophes, and the characters unknown race. And when attacked by enemy, the attacking enemy special move gauge would decrease by 1 time only. Yeah, he sounds like NANASHI. That sounds like NANASHI passive, where he gives you like all those he gives you all those buffs, and then boom, you also get that 15. You also get that base stat boost. But NANASHI is 30%. This CAMILA is 15%. And then if you even attack into those characters with those buffs, they'll lose gauge. Like same thing with NANASHI. But her base stats is kind of, those base stats is kind of iffy. I forget, does our Holy Relic give basic stats? If our Holy Relic also gives base stats, it might be kind of clutch though. I forget right now. And once only at the end of ally turn, moves all debuff effects on allies and Grindstone. Okay, so same ultimate. Let's see what her skills do. But yeah, she seemed like maybe a Nanashi replacement or somewhat. So deals 450% attack power and damage to a single enemy and reduce special move gauge by 3. Critical damage doubled. So cool. And then the same ultimate as usual. And are these the same transformation cards as usual too? Yeah, they didn't change nothing. Actually, maybe the AoE says deletes a random skill. I think that might be a little bit different. The AoE maybe. Deals 3% attack power and damage to a single enemy and reduce target special move gauge by 2 and remove 2 skills. So Nanashi. And then deals attack power equal to 30% attack power or critical rate. So you have Sever. And then obviously the ultimate is the same. Is it the same? Yeah. Attack power to a single enemy. And then here goes the banner. It has Blue Valency, who's the rat unit. You have also Roxy. Really good units. You also have Red Chandler, surprisingly, on there. So the only 2 good characters are, or 3 probably. Actually, you can say 4. You might be able to say 4, which is Chandler, King, Valenti, Roxy, maybe Shin, and I guess you could say CAMILA. So I wouldn't say it's like a 2 trash banner. CAMILA sound like she could be a character for replacing Nanashi, but I forget, does she give base stats? Does she give base stats? I don't know if I have our Holy Relic translations on me yet. Let me see. Is it on the Discord? Let me see if it's on the SDS Leaks Discord. CAMILA Relic. Increase unknown's ally attack and appears by 20%. Who ultimate is gauged below 4. Also, the enemy uses skill the enemy turns gets attack related stat reduction by 5%. So I don't know. That's better than Nanashi. I don't think that's better than Nanashi. Maybe it's better if you're using a catastrophe team, but for unknowns, Nanashi's probably still great. But if you are using catastrophes itself, she might be really good for it. But Nanashi relates to Nanashi, it's not looking too good with that Holy Relic. If the Holy Relic had like something where it give like 10% base stats or something, then you could just have those debates if maybe she's better than Nanashi, because not only do you get, I think you will have like what 25% if she had like 10% of her base stats, while Nanashi has 30%. And then you also can make the comparison that because she's able to lower the enemy's attack, then you can have a little bit comparisons if it's worthwhile. But right now, Nanashi's still better. But Catastrophe, she might be really good for. And then you also have the super boss battle with Sario and Tarmiel, so you miss out on those cosmetics. Here you go. And yeah, that is the patch notes. That is the patch notes right there then. So yeah, let me know in the comments, how do you feel about the new LR King and the new CAMILA? Is it a summon? Are you going to LR your King? Fairies and Giants for King is crazy though. We'll have to see what happens.